COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli, who, just like every Kenyan, has received the information today that President-elect William Ruto's election has been upheld by the Supreme Court, and we want to get a few of his views of what he thinks. And today is that day. William Samoei Ruto has been confirmed as president-elect in the Republic of Kenya. How do you feel about this now, knowing that we're coming from an election where you're fighting for the other side?
No, this is what democracy is. We, as an organization that I represent, which is a pressure group that was COTU, had endorsed Raila Amolo Odinga as their presidential candidate. Just as it is now in Nigeria, in UK, trade union movement, trade union congress of Great Britain, and the Nigerian Labour Congress, they normally take a position. This time we took a position as an organization. And in my own self, as a Democrat. So we want to thank Kenyans. One, for having kept peace. Two, and also our presidential candidate, Raila Amolo Odinga, for having resorted when we advised him that the best route, as usual, is to go to court, because we have a constitution that is live. And on 17th, after William Samoei Ruto was declared a winner on 15th of August, on 17th we convened our court executive board, and we said, since Raila Amolo Odinga has moved to court, or as Mio have gone to court, immediately after the verdict, we will be in a position to congratulate the victor in this exercise. We have taken that note, and on that advice this morning, after the confirmation, this afternoon, after the confirmation of William Samoei Ruto as our 5th president, we have congratulated him as an organization. And I personally also want to take this opportunity to very highly thank him for his efforts. And as I've said always, William is an articulate politician. That was what I was saying. But as I had envisaged that he can become a president, the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya, I did not say he can't be a president. He's a president, and I'm urging all Kenyans of goodwill to rally behind him, give him an opportunity to form his government, support him, as we are aware that our economy currently is in shambles. Let's give him time to see whether he can reorganize our economy for the purposes of improving terms and conditions of service of working men and women in the Republic of Kenya.
In your congratulating President-elect William Ruto, now that the court has upheld his ruling, do you take back everything that you said about him on the campaign, or do Kenyans now believe that that was campaigned and it's now a different era?
I've already, in my opening remarks here right now, I've said Kenya is a democrat. We are a democratic society. And each and everyone in Kenya has a democratic right to take any position and to say anything under the sun in accordance with the new constitution, or to join any persuasion of his or her own choice. That is what is all about democracy. And I know William Samoei Ruto, who has a host of both local and international lawyers, will be able to understand that. It's not only on our own. The Universal UN Charter for Civil and Political Rights provides that any Kenyan, anybody in any country that is a democrat can take any position, can say anything, but that cannot be held against the very person who has said that. So we were in electioneering, and a winner is a winner, and a winner must be accepted. And we are all Kenyans. None of us is on transit going to Uganda or Somalia or anywhere. So we must accept that the 5th president of our republic, as it has gone all the required stages, is William Samoei Ruto. That is what we have been told, and that is what Kenyans wanted, and that is what it is.
One of the most famous statements that you said on the campaign trail is Kateni Miti Sugoi.
Yeah.
And now you are of the opinion that nobody should be held. Is it a statement that you would want to take back, even though you say that everybody under the sun was allowed to say anything and we are in a democracy? Kateni Miti Sugoi.
Let me tell you, moment of not taking back of who said this and that, and that is what William said during his opening, his speech of acceptance speech at Bomas of Kenya, that he would not be able to reflect back on who said this and that. Though he did mention casually that some said I will not be the president. But those are things that happen in any democracy. So whatever we said, whichever what I said and whatever, it is within my constitutional right and every Kenyan's constitutional right to say anything. There are a lot of people, if you go to social media, who are writing, they have called me name, they even called William, they have called Wood, everybody. That is what the democracy, this is the freedom our people died for. Fighting that anybody one day will be in a position to say anything. People died. People started fighting for second liberation to have this constitution. If it were not for the current constitution, even he, William himself, would have not been the president. Because anybody who did show up during those days of one party system, you are taken to detention without trial. So we are saying as a democracy, we must embrace that. We must congratulate William and his entire team. And we must accept him as our fifth president of our republic. And we must unify this country. This country must remain united, peaceful, and each and everybody should be able to go around doing his or her own businesses unmolested and harassed and protected by the same government of William Samoei Ruto, the way the government of Mwai Kibaki, Uhuru Kenyatta, as oppressive as Khan was, also it protected Kenyans, and the founding father of this nation, Jomo Kenyatta. That is how what Kenya should be. And this Kenya should remain an example to other African and third world countries that there is a country on the continent of Africa that can exercise democracy. And when they disagree within that pursuit of democracy, they move to court. And once the court's judgment has been given, they come together and support whoever the court has confirmed. In this case, I have appealed to Kenyan workers and Kenyan in general to accept the confirmation by the Supreme Court and accept and congratulate William Samoei Ruto as our fifth president of the Republic of Kenya.
Well, probably my last question will be, you have spoken on behalf of workers and you have gone as far as saying that it was a decision that was adopted by the workers of Kenya, but does Francis Atwoli, by his own admission as a person, congratulate William Samoei Ruto as the fifth president of the Republic of Kenya? And is Francis Atwoli ready to work with William Samoei Ruto, the fifth president of the Republic of Kenya?
Brother Mredhi, if you play this, what I have said here right now, I said, and on my own behalf, I congratulate William Samoei Ruto. And I said, I am appealing on all Kenyans of goodwill to give him mama and support. Yeah, that's what I said. That is acceptance. I said on behalf of workers, I finished, and I repeated that on my own behalf as a Kenyan, I congratulate William Samoei Ruto as the fifth president of the Republic of Kenya. And we will support him in unifying the country to rejuvenate economy that currently is in a little bit shambles, so that we can be able as workers improve terms and conditions of service. Not only that, we have officially notified the International Labour Organization, the International Trade Union Confederation, that where we are affiliated, that our Supreme Court today, which is the court that has last judgment, has already confirmed our fifth president of the Republic of Kenya, who is William Samoei Ruto. I've gone further and informed our internationals that we deal with, because in the ILO where I'm an official is a UN agency, and they knew very well that we as workers in Kenya had taken a position. So that is how it is.
Well, Azimio One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga has released a statement a while ago, and it is marries with the statement that has also been released by Martha Karua, where they are saying they respect the outcome of the Supreme Court, but they disagree with it. Now that you're congratulating William Samoei Ruto, is it a position that you will also accept or call on them to do?
I can't speak on behalf of Raila Odinga or Sister Martha Karua. I'm speaking one as Francis Atwoli and also as Secretary General of the Central Organization of Trade Unions. And a position that came out of 17th August meeting immediately after William Ruto was declared a victor. We agreed in totally that immediately after the Supreme Court ruling, we should congratulate William Samoei Ruto. So I don't want to go to other, I don't want to impute or to take words that are not of within my purview and mandate to say that, oh, since the Azimio leader said this, I should be able to side with that or not. This is an independent statement that I was mandated to make immediately after the Supreme Court. And as you are aware, in our constitution, the Supreme Court decision is final. So we don't want to go into other things. If there is another thing, it will be for another day. But currently now, what we want is peace. Our people, particularly workers, they do piecemeal jobs, casual jobs, temporary jobs, contractual jobs that you are paid once you report at your place of work. It will be very bad for us to quote cows in this country, or to expect some sort of disturbances when we know very well that we will be the most affected people. Because if there are problems in any given country, it is children, workers, and women who suffer. But we have appealed since we started these elections, and even in our campaigns, we were appealing to Kenyans to remain peaceful until we finish this exercise. We have been told this exercise is over after 1 year or more than that politicking. Now we are looking forward for a new government that will be formed by President William Samuel Ruto, which will take charge of the administration of this country, and we will give them support, maximum support, to make sure that they rejuvenate economy, they attract both direct and indirect investments, so that we can be able to realize foreign exchange when we are doing exports and what have you. And we need to redouble our efforts in our various places of work, so that we will be able to make sure that government collects revenue and we have enough money, and also those investors can be able to grow their economies, to grow their businesses, and hence improve terms and conditions of service of our members. That is our position. Our position is independent. We are from a free and independent labor movement, and we don't speak because so and so has told us say this or do this and that.
Well, thank you very much, Dan. Dan, those are the sentiments of KOTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli, now saying that he is ready to accord President